The Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndyWrestling.us and IndyWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you got to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't run, boy, this should change the back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you got to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't run, boy, this should change the back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 986. Tuesday, we've been talking about professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we have a heck of a crew with us. Hey, if you're joining us live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, or you're bored on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. You can join us on social media. We have a lot of live chat rooms up, including Facebook we got going on. We got Twitch for IndyWrestling.us and Sorgatron Media, Wrestling Mayhem Show YouTube page, as well as the IndyWrestling.us YouTube page. Where else are we streaming? Mac, where else are we streaming right now? I don't remember. Instagram, maybe if I hit the button.
Plurk.
Yes. No, we're not on Plurk, Riz. That was like 2 decades ago. Anyways, we got a lot of fun for you guys tonight, and a little bit of farewells, not just John Cena. And but down the line, we do have with us, first of all, is Mad Mike. This is like this is the homage episode, yes, for sure. What is that?
Bad horns.
Why does he look like? Is that like Army John Cena or?
It sure is. I took the vest off him.
Okay.
So I think it makes him look cooler.
Why does he have a shirt tattoo?
Because
Medium
lazy action figure publisher.
Gotcha. Thank you, Mattel. The Riz is here.
Like they won't even get the inside the arm.
What?
Inside the arm joints.
No.
They didn't paint it all the way through.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, the Riz is here.
Yeah.
They didn't paint my inside arm joints either.
No.
I will always remember just hearing John Cena because every now and again I hear the one snippet of John Cena saying the word boobies over and over again on the reels. You never heard that?
No.
It's just like it's just random. It just says boobies, and that's it.
I can't find it. I'm gonna have to
now
right. Put it in Slack or something.
So I'm not only are you going to get all of my Five Nights at Freddy's lore, Sorg, you're going to get this every single
The John
day.
Cena boobies lore. Thank you for that, I guess. Also with us, we got intern Tony. Last night of the year for Mayhem
It's
Show.
my farewell tour.
It's the farewell to Tony.
Farewell episode.
Intern Mac is here too.
Wait, should we salute like we saluting John Cena?
And
Yes, please.
to commemorate their last night here, Sorg, we've invited Gunther here to chop them.
Oh,
Yay.
perfect. You know what? That's something
He
that
won a
hasn't
tournament,
happened.
didn't he?
That's something that hasn't happened is these guys haven't gotten any chops since they've been here. Man, we had so many wrestling shows. Well, Mac is going to have to get Tony's chops on Thursday then. So, anyways, we have a history of violence on this show.
Hey,
We didn't.
They're just
disclose
lucky. They're just lucky V-Rock isn't in town.
that is true. She's coming to. Oh God, I'm out of town when she comes in next year. I'm so pissed about it. Anyways, work calls, but either way. But this is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We're going to talk wrestling stuff, and we were going to talk about John Cena, have a little bit of farewell chat about that, and look forward to the Saturday night's main event. I want to look back at the pay-per-views this past week. Pay-per-view, PL per-views. I don't know what they were. TNA, ROH, and NXT all had shows. and so much more. But first, I want to talk about the big news from late last week. We saw the stories go around. I did a little bit of commentary on the social media yesterday about it, the state of things as it was Monday afternoon. But Netflix is poised to purchase Warner Brothers Discovery. Of course, we can talk about and did on AwesomeCast a little bit, and maybe we will more on Patreon about the idea. And we did on Patreon before the show on the live stream. Patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show, about what this means for certain properties like our Batmans and our Mortal Kombats and whatnot, but also the wrestling world is what's going to happen when one entity owns the places that run both WWE and AEW programming. So the breakdown now, and I'll get to the second part of this in a moment, but to catch people up to speed. So it's $80-some billion, I think they're doing for Warner Brothers Discovery. They're supposed to spin out the television networks. That includes TNT, TBS, Discovery, part of it. A lot of people are doing this because that's the dying part, and they're just going to cut that part out like a bad tumor and let it die on the vine over here on cable land while they take all the properties. Think what Disney did to Fox. Disney bought all of Fox except for the actual network. So Fox Network actually doesn't own any content now that it has on their network because I believe Disney now owns most of it. So, or whatever else maybe it's from other studios that they have on their network too. So this would be like that. So maybe TNT will still show Justice League and Peacemaker, but now they don't also own it. So they will be kind of licensing it to themselves from their old company, perhaps, is the hypothetically what would happen. But also that means, what does that mean for AEW? AEW, as far as we know, has a contract with the networks, TBS and TNT, and an extension of that brings them to HBO Max. So hypothetically, and we'll see how things shake out in a year or so with the deals and everything like that. But in the meantime, the threat to AEW may be nominal because hypothetically, should this deal go through, and there's a lot of regulation that everybody needs to go through, they would still be attached to the television product. And also, if they get let go, I don't think they're going to be hard pressed to find a new home because a lot of people want live. Obviously, we did have the AMC is going to have TNA Impact Wrestling in mid-January starting. So now more people will be able to see that. So I think, everybody wants live because everybody wants your attention. And I think that AEW would pretty easily find a decent home outside of TNT TBS. Because the only thing that concerns me is, does WWE have a clause excluding their provider from bringing on other wrestling content? I don't know. I haven't seen.
Also, there was a rumor floating around that Warner Bros. Had some kind of ownership stake in AEW.
Could be interesting, right?
That's also a rumor that's been floating around, and I would assume that because it hasn't been mentioned in a lot of these think pieces that have been out there, that's probably not true. Mm-hmm. But it also could just not be on people's radar because it's not necessarily as big as like DC Comics or Harry Potter or things of that nature.
Sure. I mean,
so it's going to be interesting.
AEW, what happens to AEW is the least consequential thing in the grand scheme of things for media, right? It's more like Netflix is going to own Batman. That's weird. And the Harry Potter and all these properties and Hanna-Barbera and Cartoon Network and content and all those kind of things. So that's a whole thing. So Netflix will own like Warner Brothers Games, so they're gonna have a game developer that's a very hot commodity right now with Mortal Kombat, right? So part 2 of this, as we all woke up Monday to our headlines to find out that Paramount Skydance, which just went through a whole thing we will not get into because politics are involved, are going to try to do a hostile takeover going directly to the shareholders, offering them over $100 billion for taking in Warner Brothers Discovery. So everything we're worried about may not even happen, and whatever. Either way, some streamer is going to end up with Warner Brothers. I can't imagine this thing being struck down given the regulatory environment we find ourselves here in 2025, 2026. I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. and look at the mergers over the last year, and I think you're going to have an idea of what is going to happen with some of this situation here. So, in the meantime, it's in whatever's going to happen is going to happen for somebody said that if Netflix simply goes forward, things will not be buttoned up for 12 to 18 months. So if you're worried about AEW, you don't have to worry about it for a while. Okay, probably for the duration of 2026.
If this does go through, the first thing I would do if I was Netflix is just release Batgirl.
I think, okay, I'm with
First
you.
thing I would do. Second thing I would do, release Coyote versus Acme.
Well, that's actually happening.
That,
that is actually happening. Like
Really?
Yeah, no, somebody bought the rights, just like they did with the Blow Up the Planet, the Bugs or the Porky and Daffy movie that came out this year. Another distributor bought the rights to it. Batgirl, I think because of the way they did it, they're not allowed to. So like they wrote it off. So if they bring it back, like that actually is like illegal.
But Sorg, if it goes to streaming,
well, I don't.
They
No.
don't make revenue.
Well, but I think if a new entity buys it, they can make a decision, perhaps. So I don't know. This is an accounting thing that is stupid. So, and again, Batgirl.
I just want to see Brendan Fraser's Firefly. Damn it!
I mean, we all do. Come on. So I forgot he was in it.
How do you fuck that up? The man had just won an Oscar.
Yes.
Do you know what that would have done for your movie?
Justice for Batgirl is going to be my plea through most of this process of Warner Bros. Getting purchased. That whoever comes next.
Listen, going back to wrestling for a minute.
Sure, please.
Just imagine if this goes through. It's just a boardroom situation. On one side you have Triple H, on the other side you have Tony Khan.
That's not what's going to happen. I like your hypothetical though.
And then in the side tables you have, John Netflix, Yakko, Wacko, and Dot all there trying to get
That's
this
right.
to work.
Who gets the tower with Yakko, Wacko, and Dot?
Hey, you know what? If Yakko, Wacko, and Dot wanted to become the trios champions, I'd be all for it.
Hold on. I gotta do it. I gotta do a young and check. Interns, did we lose you at the Animaniacs reference? No. You guys are with us. Okay, I just want to make sure we haven't lost the audience.
Yeah.
Good.
Remember, they came back for seasons on Hulu.
That is true.
Yeah.
You guys are our barometer to see if we're getting too old here. Okay. In our references. So.
But still, like, it's a far-fetched scenario. But if it happens, there's going to be talks. There's going to be.
I don't know. There's going to be. Like, what kind of talks are you talking about?
Oh, there's going to be rumors. There's going to be weekly, monthly, daily.
The
shitty going to face Edge on Saturday Night.
Yeah.
The shitty wrestling sites. Shitty wrestling sites will be pontificating that this means AEW is being purchased by TKO or something.
Exactly.
But that is nothing to do. These are content. These are all outside content providers.
Using facts and big words.
Here's the other. Let me pre-correct the terrible headline you're about to see on the internet. That this means with this merger that AEW will become WWE. No, Netflix is not buying AEW. AEW is a licensed product on those networks. Yeah.
Also,
just
Netflix
like the NBA is.
WWE.
Just like Netflix didn't buy WWE. They bought out most of WWE's content, but
Netflix. No, they didn't. Netflix doesn't even have the library.
They just have Raw.
They have.
They just have Raw.
Well, wait. Consider the international, too.
And a Vince McMahon documentary.
Sorg, jingoistic. We talk about America.
Watch your language.
No, because there are certain countries where AEW and WWE stream on the same platform.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. We talk about U.S. streaming rates because, like the metric system, it's different.
And everybody else is doing it wrong. Got it.
It takes one person to be like, hey, what if we do this?
And also, fuck your football. Anyways, so that's what's happening there. I saw, again, probably terrible headlines. I don't know if this is true. I doubt this is true. Allegedly, maybe WWE is nixing their deal in the next couple months with TNA over the AMC deal. I would like a clarification on that, but I don't. That feels like a shitty wrestling rumor to me.
And I feel like the TNA NXT thing ran its course.
That's also
WWE
I don't know.
got-
I don't
WWE
know.
Oh,
got
I
their
don't
guy.
think so.
Have you seen what they did this past weekend? There's a whole.
I don't think so.
They're taking
TNA
over,
is good.
bub.
TNA is gonna be on Saturday Night's main event.
Mm-hmm.
WWE got their guys they need.
I
They've
no,
raided
I
the
think
locker room.
Jordan Grace.
I think there is
they
one thing
got
left
Joe
to do.
Hendry.
I think there's one thing left to do. And I don't know if I've said it before on the show. Or
Bring back Elias on the shirt on the horse
Nope.
because
Not
that
yet.
happened this weekend too.
AJ Styles wins the Royal Rumble, and instead of going after Punk, instead of going after Cody, he wants to win the TNA Championship at WrestleMania.
I can't wait for AJ Styles versus Frankie Kazarian at WrestleMania.
Oh,
Honestly, I would fucking love that. Are you joking me? I would love that
Man.
shit.
By the way,
telling
I'm
me-
listening to the girl that plays 11 on Stranger Things. I
Millie
forgot.
Bobby Brown.
I forgot
Millie
how
Bobby
her.
Brown.
I forgot her real accent, and there was a whole bit with Fallon and that I was watching on TikTok because I do watch TikTok, and she said, "Are you joking me with that right now?" And I fucking lost it. So, and I thought of you, Mike.
Don't be joking me.
You got to be joking me with that. I was like, "What? Oh man, that's for real." Okay, then. Where the fuck are we?
Sounds pretty iconic to me.
Oh, indeed, right? So,
maybe an inspirations.
so a lot of, I mean, it's a mild movement here, well, mild-ish, you know. So,
It's moving the needle very slightly.
yeah, it definitely is. I mean, this is a big thing in the conglomerate world where this is probably not great for anything at all, honestly. So, except for a few billionaires that already have too much money. So, but I'm going to step away from those. Anyway, so I actually,
Speaking of billionaires, John Cena.
John Cena. No, we're going to get to John Cena in a moment. But first, I want to give a shout out to our friends at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem
Speaking of
Show.
billionaires.
Speaking of aspiring billionaires, it's going to be a lot of Patreon. I don't know if there are any Patreon billionaires out there. I don't know if there's enough people on Patreon to support that situation. But thank you everybody that does support the show. We do try to do some extra content for you. You are now getting the shows ad-free, which means those ads in the middle of the show are gone. I even stripped out the beginning ads a little bit too. So if you're sick of hearing about Slice on Broadway, we couldn't take out the in-show ads, but at least we can do a little bit in the meantime there. But also, thank you everybody that does support the show, including our friends at the fan of the show level. Bo Diggity! Woo! Yes, we got him. We got him. We got the intern boys choir has chimed in. So. Team Hammerfist, Tupac family, Bubba Brewer, Jason French, and Tina Keys. At the Poppy Club level, our friends Dave Pop Ponder, Rats in Trenchcoat, Tony Kincaid, True Principo, T-Pop, and at the Pizza Club level, the Riz, and Justice Cleaver, and at the manager level, Bradley.
Oh,
That's
shit, I
not
did it
what?
again.
That's me.
I did it
That's
again.
Turkey me. There you go. With was that?
See,
Vivi?
you're not the only one I do this to, Bradley.
It's exactly. You guys support the show
I'm just glad Riz doesn't have any incriminating photos of me.
yet. Anyways, wait till the Christmas special. John Cena is retiring this weekend. There's some interviews around now. I've seen the Chris Van Vliet interview, and did I say his name right? I never hear it. So
I think
It is Von Valet.
Von Valet. Oh, okay.
I'm
Mr.
just joking.
Von Valet. So I did listen to that this week, or this today actually, and it was pretty
Man,
tremendous.
He really didn't want to talk about The Rock.
He really did. There was a lot of dancing on there, and he talked about how much he didn't have to dance, and that's why he did it so late with him. But he did a lot of dancing on there about I don't care what would have happened otherwise. I'm like,
Yeah, what would happen?
dude,
Why-
I don't know. No, listen.
Who
I
cares
think
what
there
would
is a
happen with
universe
me and The
where John
Rock?
Cena is so centered right now. And is so that doesn't actually matter to me what could have happened because I'm too busy making 3 movies while doing my farewell tour. So I understand a world where John Cena doesn't give a shit about that, okay? Because it's I went, I did a thing, I did the best with it. I'm telling you why I'm justifying this in my head, and I think that's perfectly fine.
Please stop
You know,
talking
and
about it.
like you know what? Maybe if we stop listening to the bad voices in our head about the things that we do, we could be John Cena too.
But they counsel me, and I understand, Sorg.
I like the heel run.
Me too.
I did too.
I liked it. What was it perfect? Of course
No.
not. Nothing is.
Well-
were there missteps named Travis Scott? Yes, of course. I overall liked the heel run.
Mm-hmm.
And
no.
it made sense to me that a character like John Cena could be talked out of it
Mm-hmm.
by the next John Cena, aka Cody Rhodes.
No, dude, I sat there. I'm in Newark. I'm watching that SmackDown in person. And when he went face and walked off, I'm just like, did this just happen? Like, it seemed quick. I loved it. SummerSlam was a blast.
It started to turn during the Punk feud.
Sure.
Let's be really honest about it. It started to turn during the Punk.
Well, even he gets into that on Chris's podcast with him, where he talks about like people were already kind of turning me, people were appreciating what I'm doing, then not booing me, so we had to come back
because it was fun.
And the plan was always to come back, be the good guy, leave on the high note kind of situation, right? So,
Of course.
I don't see a world in my mind, in my bookie mind, I don't see a world where John Cena walks away from Gunther this Saturday.
May I present you?
Mike, present your case. Mike, call your witness.
So, may I? I was thinking about this.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about this. Gunther's saying he's going to make Cena tap.
Mm-hmm. Going to make him give up because he's never given up. He's never surrendered.
It gives me pause. Now, do I think Gunther is going to lose? No. But here's what I think might happen. Hear me out. Gunther can't make Cena tap. Can't make him pass out. Cena keeps pushing back. Won't tap, says, I never give up. Then Gunther just powerbomb him to hell and gets the pin. So Gunther failed in his objective, but he beat John Cena. Okay? Gunther walks away, slightly dejected. And then Cena gets up, grabs a mic, and he's about to speak. And then Cena's interrupted when you hear, "It's game to play!" And the Miz comes out. And the Miz says that John Cena screwed up his entire retirement run.
Okay.
He just lost the match with a man he has no history with when he could have been here in this city with his greatest rival, the Miz. And Miz steps in the ring just berating just beat to hell Cena. Like chest all red, he's breathing heavy, he's crying a little bit because it's his last time. And Miz is like, you could have had this. Why didn't you respect me? The man who's beaten you at WrestleMania. Like, just goes on and on and on and on. And then Cena's like, you're right. Ring the bell. And he AAs Miz, pins him clean as a sheet, 1, 2, 3. That's how he goes out.
Gunther gets the rub. We get a good feeling going out the door. I like it.
It came to me over the weekend. I'm like, it could, because Miz is counting down the days on his social media and just showing stills of him and Cena. I'm like, unless this is just Miz trying to get himself over, which it probably is.
And also just a general homage. It can completely be, everybody. This is the main storyline in WWE right now, right?
It could be, but
I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking and I just see the Miz golfing. Oh, this is from November. He hasn't updated since apparently on here. So
yeah, I think he sticks to Facebook and Threads.
Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people have moved over, huh? So, anyways.
Yeah. But I do like how, and he talked to this with Van Fillet whatever his name is.
Filet, Ray Filet,
that-
Van,
Give me back the fillet of
Jonathan
fish.
Chris,
Filet.
Chris Ray Filet.
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen this, and I like the way he's doing it. I like the way that they're meshing this together
Mm-hmm.
because he's not the main event.
He's not on the show.
I think
He's
is
he's not the main event.
Really?
Riz. I don't.
Has that
believe
been
it.
stated?
That has
John-
not been publicly stated by
John
WWE.
John Cena has stated himself that he is going to be the first match,
Really?
and
I
then
don't buy that.
everything after that
Mm-hmm.
is going to spotlight WWE versus NXT.
Everything after that, people are going to not see because they're going to turn it off as soon as Cena's.
I don't know about that.
There's no. For
The
the
whole
amount of the amount of casual people that they're trying to get with this, Cena has to go on last.
You know what? I could go either way. What gets you to the show? Then did you get to the show? Is it on? Then, it's on. I'm here for a night of wrestling. I blocked out 2-3 hours for whatever this is going to be
I
for
mean,
the night of wrestling.
Have we
And
checked
what
out
else
the
am I going to
matches on
do?
this card?
What am I going to do? Turn on AEW? If I'm
Or
here
you
for
could
John Cena?
or you could watch Stranger Things, or you could watch Percy Jackson. There's any number of things you could be doing
Now,
with your Saturday nights.
are they looking more at their phone because John Cena's not on the screen? Maybe, but no, I think they're going to stick around, honestly. So, I mean, this is what Saturday Night's Main Event
there's some
did
good
all the
matches
time.
There's good matches besides John Cena versus.
There
Justin
absolutely
Bieber.
is. There absolutely is.
I'm not saying there aren't. I'm saying there's no way he's going on first.
Mm.
There's
We'll see.
absolutely.
We'll see.
He said he wants to go on first.
Mm-hmm. He also,
I think
he also has very much said about how little control he's actually had in the decision making this last year. So he's been very adamant about that. So what do we have? What do we have to look forward to if he was to go first? So according to the cards so far, what we have here, according to the WWE's listings. So, okay, you got him and Gunther. Okay. You got a Cody Rhodes and Obafemi from NXT because he just won the championship
Maybe
this past
over
weekend.
Femi.
What's
Maybe.
It? Okay. Yeah, it was like, whoa, what's this
no,
guy?
on NXT.
Mm-hmm.
There's an NXT championship match between Obafemi and Javon Evans.
Oh, already? Wow.
Well, Javon Evans already has a match.
Yeah, okay,
tonight.
okay. Javon Evans and Leon Slater against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee.
That's gonna be awesome.
Bailey and Sol Ruka. So we have 4 matches lined up here, and I think are there going to be more potentially?
Probably not.
Yeah, probably
Maybe
not.
Yeah.
maybe
If they only
maybe
do
one
the 2
more.
hours, yeah, they
It's
might,
Saturday night's
Saturday
main
night's
event only
main
has.
event.
yeah, it's only about 2
Saturday night's
hours.
main
So.
event only has like 5-6 matches.
Yeah, and it's a tight 2 hours usually. So they're on Peacock, so they might have a little more leeway with that. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So, I mean, on paper, there's and Cena's even calling it kind of a non-canon kind of night. But they are pausing the storylines a little bit, but much like they pause things to do, I don't know, tribute to the troops or something, right? To a certain degree. So
This is tribute to the Ultimate Troop.
it kind of is, right? So, but I don't know. Interns, being the younger John Cena viewers here, what do you think about this kind of send off that he's having here?
If I'm being completely honest, I think it was booked terribly. I heard in the interview that John Cena said that he would have did like triple the amount of dates that he was booked for, but WWE didn't want that, which I understand because you're kind of you want to save the
I think it's more than WWE didn't want it. I think it's his schedule mixed with WWE wouldn't allow that.
Oh, okay.
Because I
Well,
think
then-
he had
So
other
most of
obligations.
those probably would have been live events.
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah.
So people wouldn't have seen those anyway.
Yeah, he would have loved to do live events. He would have loved to do like 100 dates or something like that. But just things. The other aspect to sorry, aside because this just brought me up to another thing. Another aspect of why we only had 35 days is the insurance on him while he's on movies is becoming too high.
oh my
I
god.
think he has to put up $500,000 every time he has a match.
Yeah, that's
So, and he is working out deals. He just explained in Chris's interview between the studios and WWE to help with that. So, but yeah, the bond they have to have every time he has a match because, and it's a good point. What if he gets hurt? Now he has to go to set the next day, and he broke his nose, Now he has to wait for things to heal up before they shoot something else, and now that's costing the film company money, right? So yeah, no. But anyways, so there were limitations on this. He's not booking. They didn't book. I don't think they booked anything. I don't think they had the flexibility to book anything. Most things around this, like the dates were the dates, and we made the most of it, right? So,
but I think besides the limited dates, I just think it's John Cena. I understand they're trying to build stories, but I don't need to see John Cena in 3 of his matches against Logan Paul or with Logan Paul. I want to see him just fight dream matches every week. And I think, they also said in the interview that John Cena was originally there was no story for him to turn heel. It was just they needed a big moment for Elimination Chamber, which I think is the problem now. Is they're so focused on social media posts and these things are going to go viral that they just wanted viral moments with John Cena. That's why he fought Brock Lesnar, which is the worst match I've ever seen. I would have rather him fight people he should have fought LA Knight. He should have fought The Miz. Roman Reigns would have been cool. Carmelo hate the younger people. There's so many people he could have fought, and I think they just wasted half of his dates on dumb opponents for a farewell tour. But I think him versus Gunther would be a good match. So
I think it's going to be. What was it?
Side note: if John Cena versus Brock Lesnar is the worst match you've ever seen, I can get you a list.
The worst Brock Lesnar match.
Way worse. I can get you a list of worst John Cena.
I guess I'll say it's more of a hypothetical.
Listen, I just watched on the Saturday Night's Main Event feed they were doing on YouTube, John Cena versus Great Khali as an opener to Saturday Night's Main Event, where Khali won, and Cena is getting booed coming out.
Yep.
So
that's about right.
This was not a good time.
As he should.
This was not a good time.
Facing the Great Khali.
No. Other match.
Oh, see, sorry. That match actually took place in Riz's house.
Yeah, in my dream.
Got you.
Probably right here. Well, I can't see it. Hang on. Meet backtrack here.
Actually, Jack Swagger versus Alberto Del Rio at WrestleMania is probably one of the.
That was bad.
Another worst match I've ever seen in my entire life.
As someone who was there live for it, that wasn't great.
No. No.
So,
yeah.
I probably
that was literally all of us saying, "Where's Ziggler?"
Sorg, I probably played the Great Khali in that match while playing the video game.
Time to dust off some of the old Raw versus SmackDowns.
But here's a question for everybody. Everybody, is this really it?
Yes.
Yes.
I think yes. Unequivocally yes.
Absolutely.
Although John did
never
sign,
going to wrestle.
He's never going to wrestle. He's stated that. He says, "I'm going to be the first one that actually retires from wrestling."
I believe him.
Without ailment.
Yeah.
And AJ's next. And but he did sign a new contract.
And Tanahashi. Don't forget Tanahashi.
Tanahashi. There you go. Yep. We're gonna have that farewell at Wrestle Kingdom coming up here in January. The only time I stay up late for New Japan. So there's that. So what have we learned from John Cena?
I learned a lot. I learned a lot of Mandarin Chinese from
You've learned you shouldn't. You've also learned that you shouldn't read Mandarin Chinese not actually knowing what it says on a teleprompter.
Correct.
Or else you may almost cause an international incident.
I really want to try Mandarin Chinese ice cream.
No. That's what you learned from this. Okay. Mad Mike, what have you learned from John Cena over the years?
What haven't I learned from John Cena? I learned that John Cena is one of the only wrestling talents that I've personally seen live that can get an entire stadium supremely excited in 1 second, and then 10 seconds later just feel overwhelming depression within the same arena for the same guy for the same reason.
Narrow this down. Narrow this down.
And
for the uninformed.
And that is his return at the Rumble. We were all there for it. When we heard and Rapadoo, the entire place went ballistic. And then 10 seconds later, shit, he's winning, isn't it? and you just felt the air just sucked out of the entire Madison Square Garden.
We got some
Like I don't know any other performer who could do that.
Mhm.
I don't know any other one who could do that at that point in time, in that place, on that stage. I don't know anyone else that could do that.
No, you're right.
I think. Go ahead.
I'm trying to think. I don't think of a. Yeah, I can't think of anybody that has that same thing in his prime. Because this was not like a retirement tour band type situation. This was prime John Cena.
Yep.
Getting cheered and then all of a sudden realizing this is Super Cena.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. From the chat room, T-Pop says, I learned that John Cena that the most effective way to counter any opponent is a promo battle. In a promo battle is by saying fine speech after whatever they said.
Mm-hmm.
I learned John Cena was right about anytime he had a promo on somebody that they probably couldn't hang with him, they couldn't, and they weren't the next guy yet.
Hey,
or at all.
You know what else I learned, Sorg? DJ Lunchbox was right.
About which part?
About John Cena.
What was he right about? It's been 20 years.
It's been 20 years.
DJ Lunchbox lore.
Yeah, but remember he did the whole I'm going to make sure I'm a big fan of John Cena by the end of it. And he made a believer in all of us that he was one of his biggest fans. And he was right. He's actually now that he's retiring. We'll see when WrestleMania comes to Riyadh. But when he's retiring, he made a believer out of Lunchbox, who then made a believer out of us. All of us.
From the chat room, Alex Miller out there in Cali says, I learned from John Cena to not buy a fake Lambo. Oh, I remember that story. Look that up. Look up the John Cena fake Lambo story for some fun and sadness. Also, stretch your boundaries as he did doing talk shows hosting. Yeah, no, he really kind of stepped up for stuff and executed.
Still does Wipeout.
Still does Wipeout. Right, I put the screen up that John's because AEW ran over a little bit, and so my thing detected that where I was watching Wipeout instead, and so I put a little John Cena AEW confirmed picture, and I love like the one comment I got was just nope. I was like, take a fucking joke, Facebook
it's a
guy.
Joke.
Yeah,
it's a joke.
Intern Tony, what'd you learn from John Cena?
I learned something pretty big. I learned that Osama bin Laden was killed.
That's how most of us learned it. Too.
Yep.
That's
that
how
was a big
everyone learned it.
Yes, it actually was.
Compromise to a permanent.
Yeah, just the way
end.
he says it too is just so like. It's the only. That's like the most John Cena way to announce the death of Osama bin Laden.
That was. I was at a buddy's house watching the pay-per-view, and we were all getting ready to go. We were packing our stuff. And then he just says that, and we're like, "Wait, what?" Like, I don't think that was a stipulation in the match.
Did he do it?
Are we doing that storyline again?
But what a weird thing to do.
And then they played
What
Stars
a
and
weird
Stripes Forever.
thing. Yeah. It's so weird.
Listen, I was watching some Iraqi Sergeant Slaughter today, so you know. Intern Mac, what have you learned in your short time of John Cena-ness?
I'm kind of sad because Riz actually told mine. I have a friend who speaks Mandarin Chinese and has it all memorized. So, like, randomly out of nowhere, she just started reciting it. I think the biggest thing I learned is no matter, like, he always pops up where I'm not expecting it. I'll be watching a TV show. I was watching the new Apple TV show Pluribus the other day, and he just pops up, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Spoiler alert, by the way. You're just like how if you watch any Pluribus or you've seen the concept of what it is, and you're like, how does John Cena figure into this? Have fun. Have fun with this. and there was everything except for I can't actually see him joke in there because it was kind of serious. But my God,
Remember when he was Fred's dad?
Fred's
Oh
dad.
my
yeah.
god.
Yep. I forgot about that. In like a
Yeah,
Nickelodeon
yeah.
Fred movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
he gives Fred an AA through their living room table. Yeah.
You remember when 12 Rounds had the briefest of cameos of Rikishi's Put a Little Ass on it?
No, I don't remember that actually.
It's if you watch 12 Rounds again,
Mhm.
there's a scene where I think John Cena interrupts a couple in a hot tub on a balcony.
They did listen to
As
put a
you
little ass
do.
on it.
They're listening to Put a Little Ass.
Is that from the?
It's the I clocked it the first time I saw that movie. I'm like, wait, what?
Is that from
Like,
the?
were they listening?
Is that from the Originals album?
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
where
Yes.
they had wrestlers sing for the
Yeah.
first time since Pile Driver.
Yes. By the way, I found one of my favorite things to do when I still lived in New York City. This is a side part, but I apologize. Is all of the Touch Tunes jukeboxes that you can play from your phone. They all have WWE originals on them. So, if you want to see some weird looks from old men at a bar, just download the app, pay $5, just play the entire album of WWE originals.
This is about as good as me dropping like Nookie, Biscuits Nookie in the middle of Planet Fitness.
No, but that's a good song.
Yes, yeah.
These are not good songs.
Hey,
Sorg, I went to see
don't
Limp Bizkit last year. It's a good song.
So hey, I Don't Suck was a great song.
Oh my God!
It was spoken word, and that's being generous.
If anybody has a beautiful singing voice, it is Kurt Angle. Hey, we got some chat room over on one of the YouTubes. First of all, I see that let's see, Nick out there says that I wish John Cena faced David Otunga one last time. Okapa Cabana, their mom just got them a ticket to see the final Cena show, and yep. We can't believe we got to see John Cena versus R. Trizzle 3 times this year. Did we get to see that?
3 times.
I thought we saw it once.
Once. Un tiempo.
I mean, I would be here for it. So, but anyways, and we're not talking about Cesaro. But anyways,
hi Claudio Castagnoli.
Hey.
hi Claudio, CMLL champion by the way right now. So,
I still like how John Cena in his pipe bomb promo brought up Matt Cardona, brought up Nick Nemeth, and all of a sudden they're in this tournament.
oh, there's like memes where he also brought up Claudio, and they're like waiting for Claudio, like there was like a loading screen kind of thing. So, hey, you got to get to see most of it, man. Like that was really cool. So to bring them back around. So, but yeah.
Also, Sorg, you have a video in Instagram right now that I just sent you.
Okay, that is a difficult thing for me to do.
That's okay.
Just
for
John
you,
Cena.
Is it for the show or just for me personally?
It's just for you, Sorg, and Mike. You are correct. It's just John Cena saying boobies.
Okay, that's for me later, for reasons.
Boobies.
Anyways, let's give a wait. Everybody, yeah, everybody went. Hey guys, a lot of stuff going on here. IndyWrestling.us. It's a big weekend actually. Top Rope Tabletop is going to be back here on Friday. We had a really big show with Crash, the at the time RWA Heavyweight Champion, was a part of that, and at surprise there was a swerve and a heel turn during that session. So if you like Dungeons & Dragons, wrestlers playing Dungeons & Dragons with our friends Tyler Klein, Keith Hott, Mikey Montgomery, the Enjoy Wrestling champion, and Tatiana, other people that are not out of my head right now. We're going to see all of them this Friday live on all the social medias for IndyWrestling.us. Thursday night is Thursday Night Fights from the brand new warehouse location, and it's going to look a little different than last year. We got into the space, we did the show, and we have notes about how to make it look even better this week. So I'm looking forward to moving some cameras around, seeing how that goes. I was really excited about that. You can see we're actually dropping the matches from the first night at the warehouse this week. A couple couple of them are already up, or you can go check out the show on IndyWrestling.network or over on the YouTube as well for the full show. And of course, Saturday is RWA Seasons Beatings. A lot of stuff is going down there, including, I will have the card up here in a moment, because I never remember matches in the moment. But also, we are also helping out Enjoy Wrestling. They'll be streaming over on their Patreon page. I believe. I'm pretty sure that we're going to be doing that again. So that's not breaking news or anything over here, but nobody's talked to me, but I'm pretty sure that's what we're doing. We'll be working with that crew over there to be producing that show. And so a big weekend of wrestling. And of course, if you can't pick which one to see, everything's going to be available on demand and everything. So you're going to have no problem with that and catching have a big wrestling weekend. Watch one on Saturday night, watch the other one with your cereal and Cheerios on Sunday morning. That's what I usually do with my extra wrestling when I'm working. And I'm trying to see what the big matches. Oh, of course, the biggest thing that we're going to have going on is, of course, Tony Kincaid getting pied. There you go. That's literally the title. Tony Kincaid gets pied. So good for him. And so much more. Beastman's going to be there, as well as the Rev Ron Hunt, John McChesney. A lot of the favorites, friends of the show, are going to be a part of that too. So go check that out. RWALive.com for information and the social media for the match listing. And then Enjoy Wrestling, and we'll learn a little bit more about what's coming up at Enjoy Wrestling here later in the show if you're not on Patreon, I guess. So there were a bunch of shows this weekend. NXT had Deadline. ROH had Final Battle. And TNA had Final Resolution. And a lot of stuff was going on there. First of all, I am saddened a little bit. The Righteous have been popping up over in popped up over in TNA after the championship match, the tag team championship match with the Hardys. And I'm so sad. I just saw the Righteous a few weeks ago at Defy. They're tremendous. And the TNA audience literally is chanting, "Who are you?" That makes me so sad and says a lot about the current TNA audience right now, I think. So
it doesn't make me sad.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me sad at all. It makes me angry.
Mm-hmm. That was mean.
They're supposed to be like I don't want to say they're supposed to be ECW like the fans, but they should know their shit. I'm sorry.
So you're mad at the fans for this one?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you showed me a bunch of different tag teams and told me one of them was the Righteous, and then asked me to name the members of the Righteous, I would not know the names of the members.
Okay.
These ones
No, chanting "Who are you?" is poor form. Poor form. I don't blame them for not necessarily knowing who they are.
One of the issues is they were in TNA before, too. Yeah. So it's again, this is a time when nobody.
How long ago was that? And was it on Explosion?
It was on regular television, but yeah, it was like when nobody watched TNA. So
was it in 2020 when everyone was everywhere?
It might have been something like that, yeah, actually. But
when there were no fans.
So either way, this is the thing. Other than that, the pay-per-view was a lot of fun. Matt Cardona and had a death match where he had a sack full of his action figures, which was kind of fun. Generally, the main event, it was like kind of a last shot.
There was a bag full of Zacks.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. The main event, like, again, a decent show, but the main event didn't have much to speak on. Fandango was having his kind of last run. He's retiring here in the next year. And kind of why don't I get a shot at the belt on my way out kind of thing. So they were in the faction No Honor, Tina, which it says, which is actually, yes, that's when Ring of Honor, I think, lost TV, and they all came over to TNA as an invasion angle with the Kingdom. So that's probably about 4 years ago when they came in, probably 21-ish situation. So not terribly long ago. So that feels kind of weird over there. But no, it was kind of decent. But of course, they're building for the next stuff coming up here, including AMC. Ring of Honor had a tremendous show. They again headlined with Athena and Persephone, which was like, I was actually kind of surprised considering the survival of the fittest match that they were having with Bandito. The highlight women's pure wrestling match was really good. Billy Starks and Deonna Purrazzo. But they had a 30-minute Iron Man match with Nigel McGuinness and Lee Moriarty, friend of the show, which I think is the runaway highlight of the show. So definitely go back and check that out. If you appreciate Lee Moriarty doing Lee Moriarty things, and you appreciate Nigel McGuinness doing Nigel McGuinness things, you're going to really appreciate this match. So, of course, culminating in... Yeah, go ahead.
This is where we get to say, and again, we haven't said this in a while, but it's true. Lee Moriarty is the best wrestler in North America.
I think so.
Period.
And he's getting a lot of personality. I don't know if he's going to... I'm hoping that he's on a path for top guy material, but, he's at least going to be, like, crazy mid-card guy, at the very least in his career, right? But he's really kind of making that pure title. He's had it for well over a year at this point, and they're having a lot of fun there. So they did have some technical issues. I don't like to harp on these, but it was kind of weird with this. They did drop out the 0 hour feed in the middle of the women's match. So, but they did repost the women's match afterwards. Yeah, and Ricochet defended the national championship, the first defense of an AEW title, and the first defense of the national championship on a Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
Definitely not the NWA national.
No, definitely not. And they keep alluding that he's going to be taking it other promotions too. So I imagine we're talking like New Japan and CMLL, but we'll see what happens with that. So definitely worthwhile, worth your $10. Plus you get all of that other good Ring of Honor stuff. You want to watch some good old stuff. If you're kind of curious what they're talking about the Samoa Joe Championship era on AEW TV, like this is where you're going to see it. NXT had man. Mike, do you recall what yeah, of course you know. I should ask Riz. Riz, do you recall what Deadline's match gimmick is?
It's the Iron Survivor.
Yes. Do you remember how the Iron Survivor works?
It starts like it's like a Rumble type situation, but also a gauntlet match. But also every pin has the person going into the penalty box.
So it's part King of the Mountain.
Yeah. And it was the brainchild of Shawn Michaels.
Was it really?
I think.
Huh.
Call. Who else would have thought of that craziness?
Just like the Elimination Chamber was the brainchild of Eric Bischoff, completely, totally, right?
Right.
Yeah. Really good matches.
It's like the ladder.
I like the Iron Survivor matches.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool.
They're booked fun. They are booked fun.
Yeah. I kind of wish they do it on the main roster, but that would kind of ruin it.
They could eventually, I think, but I think it's going to be less interesting because really, like, you are in a state with this where literally anybody could win this thing, right? Because everybody is kind of in this interesting spot in NXT that any of them could bump up. Javon Evans apparently had his match tonight from winning Iron Survivor, versus the women's championship is going to happen here on New Year's Evil. So that's interesting. But also, D'Angelo came back, right? So that's probably going to be our New Year's Evil match, and they kind of set up for that. So, aside from that, what were the other matches on that? I need to bring these up to remember. There's a lot of wrestling.
We had Tatum Paxley versus Izzy Dame.
Izzy Dame. And again, I missed the last couple weeks of NXT, so I'm kind of catching up. I didn't know she lost the belt to JC Jane again.
Tatum Paxley is my favorite current NXT wrestler.
She's become my favorite in the last month or so.
Yes.
Like I've finally come around to this is the big deal with her. Okay.
Like her act, like her thing, her act, like the way that she's been drawn up now.
She's crazy goth girl.
She's crazy. She's insane goth girl now.
Crazy,
Crying,
insecure
insane.
goth
Sorg,
girl.
she's a marionette.
You dropping Five Nights at Freddy's references
I
in the
am.
middle of the show. Don't do that to me. Don't do
You're
that to me,
welcome,
Riz.
But seriously, she's the marionette. She's like her thing now is that she has her makeup smeared, like crying everywhere. So, yeah.
God, it is because she comes up with a smeared. Oh my God, she is the marionette. Oh no.
I did it.
Oh
Have a good night,
no.
everybody.
You just mayhemized them Five
did
Nights
it.
at Freddy. Damn it. Damn
did
it.
it.
The other I think significant storyline from this past weekend is Monet lost a belt.
Yay!
She lost the TV championship back to Red Velvet. And is kind
Can
of
we start having her lose belts now?
I think that's what's happening, and she's having a little bit of a breakdown. So, which played into again Saturday night at Collision. I had an interesting.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the smartest idea to have her lose her first championship on Ring of Honor?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, the way they set it up, yes. Because the argument
see
from
it.
Red Velvet is you don't even go here, you don't belong here. She did a one-job match on Thursday on TV, and then had the pay-per-view on Friday, and then promptly lost the belt because she don't belong here.
I just mean that should be built up.
Well, we already have.
Her losing her first belt
Mhm.
should be built up.
She's kind of on a negative streak because she didn't win.
No.
She didn't proceed in the tag team championship tournament. She did not get the AEW championship from Chris Statlander, and now she's lost this. She's on. It's a Moxie like streak right now, right? And then she kicked Layla Gray's ass, but
And I kind of feel like it's okay for her. Like I feel like losing it on ROH means like, hey, it can happen here. It could happen. It could happen anywhere.
if it can
You lose a
happen
belt
here, it
soon.
could happen on Wrestle Revolver next week. You know what I mean? So I mean, she's got a lot of belts at a lot of places. The most significant belt she has is obviously the TPS one. Does she still have the strong title? No, she doesn't have the strong title. Somebody else has it. So because I don't think that was even in this mix. So no, I mean it'll be really interesting. As long as whatever happens before it's like I just don't want her to lose all the belts to injury. Has always been my concern with this thing, and I don't know why that's in my head. Probably because it happens way too much. Seth Rollins
Because
recently.
it happened to her.
So, and it did happen to her, didn't it? Yeah. So, and it just happened to Red Velvet. Like she won the interim belt, and then she beat her to have the regular belt. And then they had a rematch, and she dropped it. So, yeah, it's interesting. I don't know how we get out of it, but we're on the ride for now, and that's what's building things up. So, and it's good to have Monet on. I felt like they were doing a little bit more with the pay-per-view, or maybe it's because they had Collision the next night for Ring of Honor, because they did have Monet on it. They did have an AEW championship match on it with Ricochet and Dalton Castle. So like it was a real Ring of Honor is always a good show. Let's be honest. If you like the wrestles, I wanted to go back to a note on something. No, that was my note. Anyways, so. It was a big, like, low-key weekend of wrestling, oddly. And yet the thing I'm still mostly excited about is watching the Continental Classic matches on Collision. That's the thing I chose on Sunday morning when there was, NXT and TNA still on my plate, and SmackDown. So, I think that says something for at least how I look at wrestling these days. But, they really get my attention this time of year. And when we're in such a lull for the holidays in most of wrestling, aside from this John Cena thing right now, but next few weeks are going to be terrible for WWE. Let's be honest about it, right?
I don't know about that. They have to build to another Saturday Night's Main event.
Yeah, do they?
In early January.
Oh, in early January.
Before the Rumble.
And plus, they're going to have the Netflix, the Netflix season
the Netflix
2.
anniversary. The Netflix anniversary.
Yep, we're going to have a championship match.
That's going to be
Braun.
a big show.
Yep, absolutely.
I could even see Braun winning at that show. But there's definitely a world where that
I can see them do that to set up for a match at Rumble or something, for sure. So, good stuff.
Well, we know if there's one thing that Steiner's good for, it's a championship match at a Royal Rumble.
At a Royal Rumble?
That's where Scott Steiner got his one and only championship match.
Oh, no. All right. Well, hey, guys, if you're with us on the regular feed, we're going to show you a little bit, some messages from including one of the matches coming up and a special PSA from Enjoy Wrestling. We'll be right back after this break.
Today, we'll teach you how to become a clinic escort, one of the easiest and most powerful ways to support your community through Planned Parenthood of Western Pennsylvania.
So what is a clinic escort?
Great question, Italian strongman Gianni Michael Enrico. In wrestling terms, a clinic escort is like a manager or a valet, but for patients. Escorts help provide a safe and well-supported experience to and from appointments. It's a great gig, even for the greenest of volunteers. Here's how it works.
96, 97, 98. First step, sign up and get ready to train up. Ugh. Once you've given your info, Planned Parenthood staff will guide you through the process.
Step 2, learning the ropes.
The following contest is scheduled for a brief orientation at Planned Parenthood of Western Pennsylvania. Learn about training modules and other requirements to get involved.
Step 3, stay calm. Practice makes perfect. And never engage with these haters.
No matter what they say or do to make you mad.
And wrestling is fake, too.
Great work, Enjoy Tag Team Champs, the main event. Here, the way we fight back is not with fists. It's by helping patients access crucial healthcare services. Isn't that right, referee George Ross?
That's right, folks. No funny business here. Keep it clean. You're here to help. Do not engage with the protesters. Don't pull their hair. Don't pull their ears. Don't poke them in the eye. Don't fishhook them in the mouths. Don't do any of it. It's not above board.
So how do I exactly sign up to be a clinic escort at Planned Parenthood?
Happy to help, Enjoy champion Mikey Montgomery. Every volunteer starts their journey right here. You can apply on our website, or better yet, sign up at any Enjoy show.
In fact, you can join the new Enjoy Wrestling volunteer cohort and complete your trainings with pizza and people cheering you on.
Whoa, a group training sounds amazing. I want to defend Planned Parenthood, but I'm so busy defending this belt. Can I still train with you?
Absolutely. Our courses are easy to complete online too.
Are you ready to champion Planned Parenthood of Western Pennsylvania? Visit the Planned Parenthood table at any Enjoy Wrestling show and start your training today.
Mad Dog, you're one of the most feared and respected professional wrestlers in the world today, and rightfully so. But the last time you were in Pittsburgh, you disrespected me, you disrespected the city of Pittsburgh, and you disrespected the people that I worked so hard to build up. So that's why when I talked to Enjoy Wrestling and I told them I won this match, I said I don't want just any match. I want the match that you're king of. I want a dog collar match. Me and you, chains and fists, doing what we do best. And at the end of it, we'll find out who the real king is.
I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Here he is, the elusive Beastman, a powerful and dangerous creature who could absolutely tear me limb from limb. I've never been this close before. I know his call. Let's see if he responds. Husk? 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 Oh no. Oh no. Beastman! 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 Oh jeez. Yeah, I know, Husk. Ready? Okay. After a lot of hard work and trial and error and a few amount of bruises, I think I've tamed the Beastman. I would even say that we are friend. You all right, Beastman? Husk. I want you to get the ball. Husk. Ball. Beastman! 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 No! No, Beastman! No, Beastman! I think we're friends now. Such good friends, in fact, that we've decided to form a tag team. Whoa! 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 Beastman! No! Beastman! Beastman! And we will be taking our tag team to Enjoy Wrestling on December 13th at Bellum Fermentation. Any tag team that wants to step in the ring with amateur wrestler Reese Hayes and the Beastman got another thing coming. Tell him, Beastman. Oh,
Husk! Husk! Who's the Husk?
Yep. Beast Friends is going to be at Enjoy Wrestling. If you're on Patreon, you didn't get the videos, go to Enjoy's social media and you can catch all that stuff. Going to be a pretty big show. Hey, I did not, I neglected to actually share some of the comments. We did ask the social media what they learned from John Cena. And we had Threads had a lot of good responses as well as over on the Facebook. So Spooky Doing says, never propose to someone on live television. Yeah, that's bad. That's a bad line. Jokebox Hero says that you can win a last man standing match by taping your opponent's legs to a ring post. Was that him?
Hey, it was him.
That was him? Was it him and Batista?
It was him and Batista. Just want to point out, it said last man standing. Didn't say last man dead.
That is... Whoa.
Not last man unconscious.
Okay.
It says last man standing.
All true. All true.
If you knock out somebody's legs, they can't stand up.
Mm-hmm. And we have another Never Give Up there as well. Over on the... What was this? Oh, no. Where's the links? There we go. Over on the Facebook, we had a lot of comments on the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook group as well. That will not load now. There we go. Vimmel, our friend Vimmel from England, popped up for this one. I know you're listening. I know you're still watching. And this is the time of the year you usually chime in at the end of the year, I think. Keep doing what you do. You'll be doubted, then loved, then hated, then loved, then missed when you stop. That's great. Our friend Steve out there near San Diego says jorts are still cool. And Jen Carlins, I had to get clarification for this. It looks like she responded. I put my dirty clothes in the hamper and not on the floor. I asked, is this a Total Divas thing? He says, maybe Total Bellas. I guess it would be Total Bellas,
Probably
wouldn't it?
Total Bellas, yeah.
Also, Total Bellas was wild because it was the Bellas hanging out with John Cena and Daniel Bryan.
And John Laurinaitis.
And John Laurinaitis, which I don't think anybody's allowed to hang out with anymore.
No.
So for legal reasons. So there you go. Well, there's a lot of education happening here, including the education with our interns who are here in studio. Again, this is going to be the last night. This is intern Tony send-off.
Yep.
And Mac is going to be with us for at least another week. All right, he's hanging out with us, and you're going to witness the calamity that is going to be the Christmas episode, which I'm going to start planning tomorrow. And plan is a relative loose term, if you could tell. So first of all, let's talk about Tony. You had your first live, not Thursday night training pro wrestling experience. Mac, you did do a VCW show like a month ago, wasn't it? Yeah, it was like early November. So you guys have both gone to see shows outside of 880 and the training kind of capacity that we're doing. First of all, here's a fun thing. Here's a fun exercise. Mac, I want you to interview Tony about his experience in Cleveland with Exodus Pro this weekend.
Okay.
Based on your knowledge of doing the VCW show.
What was setup like? How many people were there to like help you set up?
There were 1, 2, 3. I want to say like 5 or 6 about.
Okay.
Was there more or less for VCW?
Whenever we first got there, it was me and Sorg were doing most of like the production setup, and then like out of nowhere, a bunch of people came out of the woodwork and started like assembling things.
Yep.
I don't know. Bad at asking questions. Did you like how did your production meeting go? Because I heard you guys were a lot more involved than we were. Where I was just kind of in a room listening to like 4 different people talk.
Again, how did your production meeting go? Again, it was led by a beast man.
Yes, it was led by Beastman. He talked a lot. I felt very out of place. Mm-hmm. Did you feel more included in the conversation?
I felt just as out of place. Well, mine was like I was like EC3. Who is in WWE is in a production meeting. I do not belong in this production meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was afraid someone was gonna look at me and be like, does anyone know who this is? Like I'm like just like spawned into this meeting.
Which I think was like your vibe. You thought everybody was looking at you, right?
Yeah, I was terrified. I was in there. I was like, I don't belong here.
You're also like the smallest person in the room.
Oh yeah, they're like towering over me. They're like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, hi. You're like 6-7 feet tall. I'm terrified for my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And they're kind of bigger at Exodus too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they were. Everyone was so tall.
I think they average 6 foot tall out there. Yeah. So, anything else? Go ahead.
Zeke, because
they are. Start that over, Riz.
Yeah, that's why I hover around Zeke whenever I'm at VCW, because they are like my size.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they can protect me.
Zeke is your shorty anchor.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I forget his name. The really, really tall guy who was in the 2v1 handicap match in the
Gannon? Gannon Jones Jr.?
Is that his name? The one that is like almost like he was like 7'5". I was like, oh my god, this is insane. Like that just didn't feel real.
He wasn't even the tallest guy.
Whoever the tallest guy was.
Wait, in the production meeting?
Oh, he might have been in the production meeting.
No.
He wasn't in the production meeting.
PB Smooth, who is near 7 feet tall, was in the production meeting. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And the announcer was PB Smooth's size.
Yeah.
So,
yep, that was crazy.
They're like, oh, you've seen the announcer. I'm like, I don't know this guy. He's like, well, he's as tall as me. And I'm like, okay. And then like that's when I was like, do not push back my announcer table, because from what I understand, there will be no room. So
it's really one of those things where you see them on TV and you're like, wow, they look big, and then in person it's like, oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. Like I'm like looking like straight up. Mm-hmm. It was insane. Yeah. But I mean, I say that the craziest thing about that whole thing was like watching EC3 when I was like growing up, seeing him like him NXT and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, he's here right now. I was like, this just didn't feel real. Like I texted my brother, because we both watch wrestling, and I was like, the fact that I'm on, because they sent out a call sheet, and I was like, the fact that I'm on a call sheet right now with EC3 is just like, that just didn't feel. I was trying not to like fan out.
Yeah.
Like he was standing in front of me.
You're
and
allowed
I was
to
like,
here.
I was really trying not to, but I was like, oh my god, EC3's in front of, like, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, at least you didn't like Rob. You saw Rob brought. He said he wore his EC3 shirt, which is one of those NXT shirts when he was there for that second run, and it was one of those everybody in the promotion shirts kind of thing. So, and it was like, where is he? Oh, he's up here behind War Raiders or whatever they called that week. Right?
No, I said after I should have brought my EC3 action figure. I could have had him sign it.
There you go.
Would have been awesome.
And I'm always like, I'm like, so I still haven't taken a selfie with him. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know, if that's and I generally don't with people unless it's like literally, unless it's literally people like I hang out with all the time, and see at every show, like the Zeeks and the Glenn Spectors and the Facades and the Gories and stuff like that, right? That I've known for like ever. But it's always like really, it's really chill for how high end it is, right? So, is there, you did hard cam for us that night. You were on a ladder all night for that which was probably, physically taxing.
Yeah, it was by the end of the show, my knees were in pain, but I mean, it was, you got to make the sacrifices.
Held up for it, and it was really, really, really good for that. So, it was again different wrestling than you see on Thursday nights. Here, Mac, do you have any more questions before I dig in on this?
Did you guys go to Sheets afterwards?
Beforehand.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
What did you get?
What did I get? Oh, I got an.
What's your Sheets order?
I got an app sampler. I get it every time.
Okay, good choice.
That's all I get.
Yeah, that's kind of a staple for us. So.
No post show of it.
No. Oh, there was a lot of extra pizza.
Oh yeah,
floating around. So we were kind of pretty good afterwards. So we kind of appreciated that.
Yeah.
So, anything else, Mac?
No, well, that's all the.
Anything else about
ones.
the show, about the wrestling?
No, most of the Sheets order. That's all I care about.
That's the important stuff. Yes.
That's the big one.
What was your favorite match for the night?
My favorite match was,
and I'll help you with the names.
Yeah. Okay. The multi-person match with, again, I said this in the car, I forgot his name, with the whiteboard.
Beretta?
With Beretta, yes.
Strictly Business Brandon Beretta?
That, first of all, that stipulation, at first I was like, wait, I'm confused. And then I saw it where he has to, like, I think he had to, like, pin one of the guys down and, like, I forget the move, and then once that's over, then like the next person comes out.
So let me back this up to this concept. So Beretta has this tremendous thing where he's got this whiteboard that's like this is the plan for getting to the top, and it has all of the beat an established star. Do this. Step on somebody on the way to my top, like something like that, right? And this was participated in a convoluted multi-man indie match. And he goes through the thing. And the rules of the match is every time he does a waist lock takedown, I think it was, a new person comes to the ring. So it's like a casino battle royal, but he's the one that institutes the next person coming in. You follow me on this, Riz?
So is it only him?
Yes.
If he does the hip toss?
No, waist lock takedown.
Waist lock takedown.
It's just a waist lock takedown. And here's a little bit of him talking about the rules. And there's his board. Defeated international superstar. Was it CJ Cleary? That was there last week. You see the big check mark on his board, right? It's the strictly business plan, is what it's called, the SBBP. And he goes through there and has that. He still needs to defeat a legend of the business, I believe. But he just kept and we're like, okay, when are these people going to go? And then he just kept doing waistlock takedowns, and they kept funneling out of this thing.
But what I like the most about it is it's like kind of like a normal gauntlet match, but in those matches, when you pin the person, they're done. Like the next person comes out, the other person's gone. But for this one, I was like, he did the takedown in like 1 second. I was like, oh, that's it. But then after everyone does it, then it's an actual multi-man match with everyone, which I really enjoyed.
But the final decision can only involve him, whether he's pinning or being pinned.
Yes.
Somebody does a pin and it gets waved off because even he explains somebody's going to do a Canadian Destroyer on the ring apron for no reason whatsoever. So it's like everybody's going to forget the rules. People are going to do super kicks for no reason whatsoever. And he just named all the stupidest things that happen in indie wrestling matches, and they all happened in this match.
This actually might be the best match I've ever heard.
This is for free. It's a live territory showcase. It's NWA Exodus Journey, the 30th anniversary show on NWA Wrestling's YouTube page for free. You can watch it all back, and this is a lot of fun. Talboy's a part of this. The Him Bros a part of this. That was part of RWA. I think you saw a couple weeks ago there, Riz. So it's the guy with the basketball mascot is a part of this.
Yeah, can I say actually? I forgot to mention this. This is probably the craziest part of the whole thing is I've seen the basketball mascot all over my feed all the time. And then I saw when I showed up, there was a bin of like all of the costumes.
Yes.
And I saw the basketball on the bottom, but I just brushed it off. I was like, whatever, it's probably just something else. And then during the show, while I'm filming, I saw the basketball come out. The crowd erupted. They started singing, and I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. And I was so glad I got to see the basketball live.
The ball comes out. They start chanting defense.
Yep.
It's like it's a whole thing with him. He's done.
so much
This is
fun.
like maybe the third show he's been with us at Exodus, and it's just absolutely tremendous. Our friend Cowbook Paul was a part of this show as well. So I don't think it's it might be his first singles match on show. Victor made his wrestling debut on this show too. There's your this is Gannon Jones Jr. you mentioned. He also took on the smallest guys on the roster that night too, and took them both on. Straight shot through the heart, I think is what they're called, and they were pretty tremendous. So I mean, there's a lot of humor, there's a lot of promos, and it's not like promos for the sake of having promos, right? Like there's more, like everything on the show has some kind of purpose. Is the biggest lesson that I learned from seeing these shows from time to time. So
I feel like it's a very EC3 style run.
Oh, it is
match.
It definitely is. This is and I know there's input from multiple people, but this is the madness in EC3's head developed into live wrestling form. And by the way, he wasn't even on the show. I mean, I don't think, did he even make an appearance? I don't think he came out the curtain at all.
Nope.
Which is tremendous, right? Like that you're the big star and you can just run a show without you on it and fill that room. Like that's good. Again, this is one of those places where I went and I just didn't understand anything. Very impressed about how things ran initially, but of course we got even better from that, like getting on the same page. But that was it.
I'm also kind of I forget his indie name, but I was hoping Damian Sandow was there because he was on the poster.
He was on the poster, yeah.
And I was like,
Aaron
this is gonna be cool to see him. Aaron Stevens. I was really hoping to see him, and he wasn't there.
Yeah, he's there from time to time. So and schedules and stuff. I think. Is an issue
that's
there.
I figured that.
There you go. Do you have, based on your experience, do you have any questions for Mac about the VCW experience?
I guess this isn't really based on my experience, but just your experience in general. How was it filming like the Rumble, like the multi-man, like everyone, so much chaos?
I had no idea what was going on, and I don't know if you heard, but our cameras kept going out.
Oh, really?
So,
we had an issue, yeah.
So it would be going, and then out of nowhere, Matt's camera would cut out. And then mine would cut out, so it would just be a lot of yelling back and forth. Then at some point, some random person got on the headset that began calling out, hey, this person's up. This person's up.
That was,
so there was so much going on.
So we had an agent for the Rumble because there was so much happening in the Rumble, right? And which was tremendous, right? And you've seen the clips that we put out, right? So, so you see the importance of, you kind of had that too, because we would get, EC3 had the headset for a minute. We would be talking to the lighting guy on the headsets. So there was a little bit more traffic going on there. I think there's once or twice where I was like, guys, you got to keep clear until we get through entrances, because that's the most difficult part, is getting through
I think
entrances.
I also heard you talking to the commentators, but their mic isn't connected to ours, so I was so confused because
they're literally in my other ear.
Yeah, and I heard nothing. I was like, I'm so confused right now.
Yeah. And I think I do need to get better about when somebody's new saying, hey, this is what you're going to hear. If it doesn't seem to apply to you, then it doesn't. Unless I say it more angrily towards your direction.
Yeah. Well, there was also another
not
guy.
Angrily, just more directly. Because there's more, hey, we have to get this done now. Oh my God, let's get this done now. Kind of tone to things. There's always a thing in live production. And you guys seen this on Thursday. Don't get offended by anything that happens. There will be lots of yelling because there's an urgency to everything. Because I think we were talking about beforehand, you can't stop the show to fix a thing, right? Like you have to flow with it.
Yeah, no, it's all live. Yeah.
I got yelled at, by the way. I brought a graphic down a little too soon, and I got yelled at by EC3 in the moment. And I'm like, no, not yet. I was like, I thought this was a good time. I'm sorry. And he's like, oh, it's okay. It worked. It works out.
Yeah.
It ended up working out in the end, my interpretation of it. But it was not what we talked about. And I heard a thing about when he puts the crown on, and I saw the crown movement, and I moved.
Yeah.
But thankfully it did the thing that we were aiming to do, kind of situation. There was a medical emergency in the middle of this show. I don't know if you probably heard.
I heard it. I heard something about a bloody nose over.
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
over
and
the year.
I will, and there was something that happened with one of the people involved with the show, and in the middle of a match, in the middle of one of the championship matches, and hopefully you don't know which one it is. If we did our job right, and thankfully, that was a point where everybody was on, and absolutely, like, everybody not hands on sprung into action and got the EMT. Also, I learned there's an EMT at that show. Because I saw him go by my desk. So, no, really smooth. And that's the biggest thing. Like, there's problems on every show, whether it's technical or personal or personnel or performer, sometimes. But you never know if everybody does their job well, you would never know as a viewer that something went wrong. We talk about like, oh, hey, Ring of Honor had some downtime. Hey, oh man, there was a weird camera shot on TNA the other night. There was actually somebody switched something wrong over something. Those things happen, but that means there's probably like 20 things you didn't know happened. If those things came up, a lot of other bad happened. You know what I mean? To get to that point. That you're distracted, not covering stuff, and things like that. That's what I noticed from our experience too. Brandon Beretta's math-based promo for that match was absolutely incredible. Yes, there was like a percentage, like so many percentage of the people in the match are going to do this, so many percentage is going to do this. Oh my God! So, and it is freaking worth, the whole show's worth you guys checking out there. T-Pop's also saying NWA Exodus is consistently one of the best produced and formatted indies running today. Everything on an Exodus show feels important, and they always tell great stories. They only do like what did I say, like 6 to 8 shows a year. So they're not trying to come up like, versus TNF does like the opposite. We're doing weekly episodic with newer wrestlers, right? And that is being pulled off as smooth as and I think we're getting pretty smooth with that, honestly, is incredible. And that's a testament to everybody who works there. And I'll shout out specifically Keith Hott on that, because Keith is probably the one going the most insane in this situation, trying to keep things together. But no, it's incredible. So, again, we did a little bit of an exit interview on Awesome Cast for both of you, since next week's going to be a little different, and I figured we're going to lose track of it. So what have you learned from what have you learned generally from, let's say, the wrestling production and from being around here on the Wrestling Mayhem show? Mac, let's have you go first.
I've learned so much about wrestling.
From 0 to 100, right?
Yeah. To go back for anyone who hasn't heard this, I've never watched wrestling before September-ish. And then I got this email and I was like, sure, I'll sign up, whatever. And I never thought I would enjoy it as much as I did. I thought it was going to be like, I'm going to get experience. I'm going to put it on my resume, whatever.
I thought we'd lose you halfway through this time, honestly.
But I genuinely was like, wow, this is something that I think is really cool. And it's such a community. Everyone knows each other. I've gotten so many new Facebook friends, which is really, really weird. And it's just it's a really nice community, and it's so supportive. And everyone's been like, hey, here's what you can do better. Here's what you're doing good, blah blah blah. I don't know. I think it's really, really cool. And then just as a whole, obviously being in production, I'm learning things. This is a great opportunity I never would have had otherwise. Yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully you've learned a lot of the things to and not to do, or I would never want my show to look like this. In certain aspects, when you've seen the bad shows, we've had some bad nights on Thursdays, for instance. It's just when it's like, hey, this isn't working, whatever, So. And
if nothing else, I know how to handle a camera and whenever someone's being thrown from one side to another and being able to track that. I think that's an important skill.
Where is that life skill? And this is the thing I've always tried to track. Where is that life skill going to manifest outside of professional wrestling for you?
Amateur fighting. If I decide to start recording that and posting
MMA.
on Instagram.
I mean, MMA's typically a little easier because they're in the cage. You're above it.
I just meant on the street, just finding people on the street fighting.
Bum fights is coming back? Okay, there you go. Good. Tony, what about you? Same question.
I learned, I'll try to say something different I learned kind of how to handle the pressure of a live production. Because again, for me being a film major, I've only done film productions where it's not constantly everything's live. Like you can't stop and change things. You know, you have people in your ear. So that was a cool experience to do because that's something that in the future I probably am gonna come across. And at first it was terrifying. Like I was like I would hear in my ear like Tony do this, and like that's good because it's helping me. But I'm like, oh, like I'm like freezing up. And then after you get more comfortable with it, it's like, okay, now I understand. Like it's very, you know, I figured it out towards the end. I got a lot more comfortable with it. Like even at RWA, I was nervous at first because I heard 20K streams. I was like, this is big. But then I mean, if I could film 880, I could film this
NWA.
one. Or yeah, NWA. Sorry. If I could film 880, I could film this one. And then like even having EC3 on my ear, like I was like comfortable with it because I've done so much practice with it. So this really just got me good experience of like dealing with live production, dealing with like things constantly changing and problems constantly happening and having to, you know, move past that, which I think is a very good like skill to have in like the film industry.
And that's that's the thing that I've always struggled with is how I don't know what to do other than throw people in the deep end of the pool a little bit on this. You know, and that's what these are for, right? You know, because it's somewhere where, you know, if we have a meltdown, it's not going to be a problem. You know, and we've had people there that are just like, nah, they can't hang with this, and you know, he's like, okay, do you understand how a camera works? Good. Okay, now do it in this situation. You know, kind of thing is the first thing. You know, doing all that and trying to tell people to where record is maddening. And that's something we've done on paid gigs. Yeah. You know, and it's just like, what are we doing here?
Well, also having like a crew around you that knows that like me and Mac are interns. So like if we have a question or we like something goes wrong, it's not like the pressure of like, oh my God, like why are you doing like everyone was willing to help us. Everyone was very understanding. So I learned so much just by I did this wrong. Okay, do this. Like on NWA, Rob, which I texted him after, he was so helpful. He taught me like so much stuff, and like he was very willing to do it because he knew I'm a student, I'm an intern, like I'm learning, which is very good.
He was the new guy at some point too. Yeah, you know what I mean. And he's gone on and he's done New Japan and he's done some big shows with us, including NWA and everything. So like he goes for it. So that's definitely, and that's that was the thing. It was like, hey, hang with him, see how he keeps runs tape because he's the best gaff taper I work with ever. So I'm just like, oh, we're gonna have a good gaff night. Also, I need to make sure I bring a lot of gaff tape. So that's a lot of fun. You know, Mac just got all wireless on that show. So, anyways, no, it's been great to have you guys on here. You've been a great addition to the team. I think I'm repeating the things from the other podcasts, but I spent a lot of fun with that. I look forward to seeing you guys in 2026. You know, maybe we'll have some more people. Who knows what Pitt's going to send us, you know, and then you'll be teaching them.
Yeah, exactly.
Won't that be an interesting thing, right? So, but, you know, I think we are building a very cool, creative community with everybody here, including people from Detroit and Cleveland and so some people from California are in that Slack too, that they're doing some stuff, and Florida actually down at you know, our friend down at Full Sail, that you know, Jesse in there. So we got road cold things. So thanks guys, and thanks for helping me prove that this thing works a little bit too. So awesome. So let's give a shout out to our friends that are feeding us doing this show. We got to feed these hungry college students that are coming through the show now. And our friends at Slice on Broadway, New York City style Yinzer made multiple locations. They have a new restaurant actually that they spun off. You know, other than Tim's Market, there's like a fancy restaurant, I think in the East End maybe. I saw an article about it a few weeks ago. So ever expanding, cool to see the support independent professional wrestling and support independent quality pizza parlors as well. So check them out, sliceonbroadway.com. All right, guys, let's close up the show with what did you learn, aside from John Cena, what did you learn from wrestling this week? Since there was a lot of stuff going on, who would like to go first?
I can start.
Okay.
I learned that Kendall Gray in NXT is like one of the best wrestlers.
This is the Evolve champion that just won
the Iron Survivor.
Match. Yeah.
Yep. She is incredible. She is like, a lot of people compare her to Kurt Angle, which you think is crazy, but then you watch her wrestle and she is absurd.
I don't know if I don't know. I kind of go sleepy on anybody from Evolve on NXT for some reason, because I watched Evolve and I thought it was like the I don't know, the sleepiest wrestling show I've ever watched, because it's like doing a no audience thing last night. So I haven't watched it for a few months, obviously, but so you're telling me I should be giving her more time.
Yeah, I mean, I've only caught her glimpses, like the stuff she has done on NXT, the few like couple matches she's had, but she is like incredible. She's so good.
Good, because I was watching her and I was trying to figure out when it came to like the Iron Survivor match, I was trying to figure out how does she stick out amongst this crew, and it wasn't hitting me yet, other than she came in with an Evolve belt, right? And now she's got a championship match, right? So that tells me somebody sees something with her, and I should be paying more attention to her.
100%.
So awesome. Do you know where she came from? Is she like is she one of those like athletic pickups or something like that?
I believe she was. I believe like she was like through the training program, but I don't know what. I don't think she was. Actually, yeah, I have no clue. I just knew she was in the training program.
We're going to do a quick Wikipedia search and see what we can get out of it. Professional wrestler, early life. I don't think, she was in amateur wrestling. So that makes your
sense.
current angle
that
works
makes
out a
sense.
lot.
Yep.
Really good sense.
Yes, very much. Riz, how about you?
I learned that I kind of want RJ City to to go over everybody's entrance in AEW and critique it and change it with his new voice that he's having now.
RJ City ended AEW this weekend and had some kind of backstage roles that were that were happening. I hope this. In my mind, RJ, let me know because I saw you share my stuff. I wonder if he's going into more of a producer role or something, and spending more time on that, or it could be simply just the numbers on AEW. Where I think they're as he stated, I think they ran out of people to talk to.
They probably did.
I think they really ran out of people because they talked to so many people on that show. And,
I mean, their last interview was the Rizzler Sorg.
And they're like, we can't go any further than this.
Yeah,
we've talked to the Rizzler. We've hit rock bottom. Although he said that from show 1, didn't he? So.
Yeah.
So. Either way, he's a part of that. I hope he's going to still be an on-screen guy. I felt like they were using them less and less since they've been doing the tailgate pre-shows. So I don't know what that's going to partake in, but I think he does some backstage roles. So that might be he's going to. Hey, maybe you remember the old story? He was on Splat-A-Lot on Nickelodeon as one of the gladiators,
he was.
and they put him backstage to feed lines into the guys because he was better at that than anything else, right?
Yep.
So it's kind of the story of his career, isn't it? So
it's pretty much it. Yeah.
So hey, congrats on 100 episodes of, was it 67? 167? Oh
Just
God,
about
is it literally 6'7"? Oh no, I gotta do the thing now. Okay.
The kids like it, Sword. The kids.
Damn it. I saw the bit about using it with 11 on Stranger Things this week. I was like, oh no. I think that's the joking me thing I was watching. Anyways, T-Pop learned that NWA Exodus showed that Carson Drake needs to find better friends. Tony, what did you learn from the slime balls?
Oh my God, that was they
are the greatest entrance?
They
in
are
wrestling?
so cool. You told me in the car, you're like, just be ready for the slime balls entrance and just them in general. And I saw them and I was like, wow, this is like the best gimmick I've ever seen. It was so much fun.
Just
them just sliding across the rope was just so cool.
It's, if you haven't seen a slime balls entrance, it's something to behold. So it's the match that I forgot about. I was like, guys, we have one more match. And I was like, no, we have the 6-man. Ah, fuck. So anyways, it was still a very, very smooth show. I'm seeing if I can queue up the slime balls entrance. Mac, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I didn't watch any wrestling this week.
When did wrestling enter your life this week?
Wrestling mostly entered my life this week. It's all just been John Cena stuff on my feed. I get very surface level stuff.
What did we learn about the new space at 880? We had that last Thursday. There's been so much stuff since then.
It's so nice. The new space at 880 is so roomy.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much parking. I couldn't find the entrance.
This is sold. This is selling it right here.
I mean, you aren't shoulder to shoulder with anyone. You don't have to fight to get through. There is a projector that someone kept walking through. They got they got yelled at for it. So don't do that.
One of
I
the
don't
wrestlers bumped the projector in like the pre-show match. By the way, here's the Slime Balls entrance, just so we can get that out of the way and reference that. And here he goes. He goes on the top rope and slidey. Wow, Tarzan Drake is doing the dance. Tremendous. Good job, Tony.
Of course, he's doing the puppet dance.
Oh yeah. That's the thing. He teased it at first. So general upgrades on the 880 situation, right?
It's so much better, and we want to see you there. Someone.
Whoever you out there on the other side of the camera is. I love it. Oh my God! Yes, Mr. Riz.
What did you learn?
What did I learn?
Or did we talk? Did we know what chat learned?
I got at least one out of the chat. I'm looking for more. Let me know if I missed anything out there, Mac. God, what did I learn? There's a lot this week, including what you guys got into. I learned that there is no height restriction on announcers, commentators. As we referenced earlier, I learned that, God, I love, you know what? It's a pain in the ass to figure out a new space, especially you've been doing the same thing for 11 months. And we had, felt like it took 3 months for us to kind of figure out the last space. I think it's going to be much quicker in this one, honestly. Because I'm very familiar with the space because I've done work in there and there's been wrestling shows in this space before. And side note on that, I understand Enjoy Wrestling still has exclusivity over the Hilltop County Fair that happens once or twice a year. So look forward to that next summer too up there in Allentown. I learned it's nice to go back home because, again, that space where 880 is where I've done a lot of work. I belong to a co-op, a kind of a media co-op, co-work space called Work Hard Pittsburgh, and we did a lot of events out of that space out of 880, and including we did concerts. I think it was talk about In Living Color was in the parking lot performing, and then we streamed that for free with Super Monkey Records. So when they're like, oh yeah, do this, I'm like, yeah, this is over here, oh, they did this since we've been here last, kind of thing. There's proper bathrooms, for instance, right? There's so much space for things. People aren't on top of each other, like Mac was saying. So I love the freshness of that. I think a lot of places benefit. 2PW, remember that refresh here a few months ago when they went to the brewery, and that just exploded them. I think, I don't know what's going on with the tree lawn, but Exodus, I think the only thing holding Exodus back right now is the venue. They're outgrowing that venue, and I'm hoping there's something else in Cleveland that will be more suitable for what they're doing. Like literally, what can we do? Like we were asking ourselves, what can we do to make this look better? And I was like, literally have higher ceilings and wider walls, so that we don't see the white walls. We can black things out. We can have a little more control over things, and can maybe move the disco ball that's in the way above the ring, things like that, right? Like this is like This is about like 40% Washington Hall in Defy. You know what I mean? Like if it was that size, we could do so much more with this and really kind of set it up. But we finally figured out like the space there. So that's what I've learned. Like venues make shows sometimes, I mean, just like talking a little bit about San Diego last week. That was a really cool feel for board games, seeing buildings, they were right downtown. That's crazy. And if you know stuff about San Diego and kind of how that city's built, like they're wildly, and there are probably planes flying over that thing the whole time, by the way, when you're sitting there, because there's a whole thing about the airport is right there downtown and no building can be above a certain height because of the takedown. It's actually the shortest takeoff of, I think, any airport in the country. So, it's the busiest airport. There's somebody landing every 90 seconds. I sat there and counted, sitting in the park. And everything interesting is in the flight path. So there's that. Guys, thank you so much. Tony, enjoy your time off and the holiday and the friends and everything.
Thank
Hopefully we'll see you next year doing some cool stuff. And thank you, intern Mac. You'll be here next week to party with us. Thank you, the Riz, and thank you, Mad Mike, wherever he is gone. And we're going to do Patreon. Riz and I are probably going to be here. Everybody else is probably going to go home, and because we're going to talk way too long about Five Nights at Freddy's, and more about Megan Fox and everybody's infatuation with Chica. So that's your tease. Thank you guys so much. You have been awesome out there, but that's not that podcast. We'll see you guys next week for the holiday special. Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time then attack. Do what you
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.